Hi guys, my name is Troy, this is Nala, and in today's video we're going to look at why your ball python may not be eating. Let's get into it. A few days ago on my Instagram page, I posted a picture of Nala telling you a little bit about the story of how many times she went on food strike since she's with me. And because it's a very common situation with ball pythons, I decided to make a longer video about it. Before we jump into more technical stuff, let me just tell you, ball pythons are very sensitive snakes. If I move my enclosure from this room to the other room, my snake is gonna skip a meal or two. And I know it for sure because I've tried this one out. For some ball pythons, if the day is too cold outside but the temperature and humidity in the enclosure is still perfect, they can still feel the weather change. This is just to tell you how sensitive they are. Other than them being too sensitive, there are a few reasons why they may be skipping meals. One of them being husbandry. And I'm not gonna go into humidity and temperature just yet. First thing first, how many hides do they have in the enclosure? Ball pythons are nocturnal snakes, which means that the majority of the day they will spend it hiding. Now, if you don't have enough hides in your enclosure, your ball python will be in this fight or flight mode for the majority of the time, and that will mess up their digestive system. If they stress too much, they will skip a meal. If you have a 4x2x2 enclosure and you only have 2 hides, but then your ball python is a juvenile, well, that's plenty of space for him, but also there is not enough hidden space where they could feel secure most of the time. When it comes of temperature, ball pythons need a heat gradient, which means that one side of the enclosure needs to be around 30 degrees and the other side of the enclosure needs to be around 25 degrees. And the humidity levels should be always around 50 to 60%. And by always, I mean always between 50 and 60% humidity level. Because if you leave the humidity levels throughout the week and then just remember it when it comes to meal day and spray some extra water to fix them up so the snake is gonna have lunch, that won't help you fix the problem. The snake is gonna skip another meal, and on top of that, if you mess up humidity levels, the snake can get respiratory infection, and that's gonna lead not only the snake to suffer but your wallet to suffer too. The day and night cycle. It's very rare that a ball python doesn't care about you leaving the lights on in the enclosure overnight. My ball python and the majority of ball pythons really do care. And that is because them being nocturnal animals, they will go out at night to hunt for food because at nighttime they will be more safe. Now, if you leave the lights on, they won't be able to exercise their hunting instinct, and that will mess up their digestive system because they will think it's still daytime, so they will be stressed about being indoor, although there is something in them that tells them it's probably time to go out. So just make sure you turn off the lights in the enclosure, and if you keep the snakes in the bedroom like I do and you sleep with some dim lights on like I do, just put a towel over the enclosure and in a week or two you should see some difference. The time in which you feed the snake, it's very important. Most ball pythons will accept food only in the evening. My ball python, on meal day, my alarm has to ring at 5 a.m. and by 5:30, breakfast has to be ready. So I suggest you try different times throughout the day on meal days and maybe track them down on a diary or on your phone and see what works best for you. Last but not least, and I think this is very important, is the handling time. With my ball python, before we got to this level of handleability, it took us a while. At the beginning, when she came home, she came from a breeder, she was in a rack system, and when you have 200 snakes that you're breeding, you don't have time to handle all of them every day, which makes sense. But yeah, she was panicking a lot. I could only handle her like 10 minutes a day, and that would be sort of enough. Other than that, she would be just panicking, looking for a hide, and I'm sure that really helped their staying on food strike for longer. And if your snake panics a lot when you handle them or tries to bite you every time you open the enclosure, let me know in the comments and I'll make a video about how to help your snake get used to you. And that's it for today's video. If you guys watched the whole thing, leave a like, drop a comment, let me know how your snake is doing, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!